Hello guys, I'm Shadow Duke.
And I'm Manderlin.
Welcome to our Runescape Rambles series. In this series, we're going to be talking about things related to Runescape, whether it's a rant, praise, or even something we want to see in-game.
Every video is going to be about something random, so stay tuned to hear all of the topics we'll be discussing as new videos come out. When thinking about if you want to like this video, we'd appreciate it if you did it based on whether or not you like the concept of this discussion series, and not based on if you agree or disagree with our opinion.
Instead, share your opinions in the comments. We would love to hear where you guys stand on our discussions. So let's get into it. So what we're going to be covering today is going to be player-owned houses, and very briefly, a little bit of construction as well, since they are pretty much tied together.
Yeah, specifically, we want to talk about the lack of uses for player-owned houses. Which is unfortunate because I want a reason to go to my house, but there really doesn't seem to be much incentive to going there.
Very true. I know whenever I play any sort of game, if they allow me to build a house, 90% of my time is building that house up.
Yeah.
I'll just ignore everything. I'm like, the quest can wait, the story can wait, I got a house to build.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love story and gameplay and all that, I'm definitely the kind of person that loves the customization aspect of games, but I surprisingly haven't really spent a lot of time on my player-owned house at all, just because I don't really see a point to doing it if I'm not really going there that much.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, right? It comes down to the uses of your house, because even in other games, like I go back to my house because there's a reason to go back, right? Whether it's a crafting station or anything. But ever since, Lodestones came out and the War's Retreat hub, there's really no reason to go there, because typically you would have went there to recharge your prey and then use your portals, because that would just be faster than carrying every rune in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, my experience with RuneScape, ever since I've been in here, I've always known the use of lodestones, so I never really had the experience of using a house for that purpose. It just seems unfortunate that we can't really use the house for something big like portals, like what I've seen you could do in old school, really.
And that's a good point, because old school, they have a lot of good uses for it, right? Now, if we compare RuneScape 3 to old school, we both have portals, we have the glory, we can use the lectern to make teleport tabs, armor repair stand, and a place to put our pets. But on top of all of that, old school has spirit trees and fairy rings, jewelry box teleports, the portal nexus, which is just more teleports, the new restoration pools, well I guess it's not so new anymore, and being able to swap your spellbook at the altar. Now, I understand that if you were to add all that stuff to the houses currently, you're still not really going to get use out of that, because obviously we have War's Retreat, which does pretty much everything that you need, right? There's a bank right there.
Yeah.
I feel that if Jagex was going to make houses useful again, they would need to do something completely different that I guess doesn't really have a reason for transportation. I don't really know what they would do, but it's just unfortunate how useless it is in its current state.
Yeah, but I do like the idea of having a spirit tree and the fairy rings in the house though, because I know there's portable fairy rings and you have the spirit tree that's in the GE, but I do still like the idea of having that available in the house. I think that'd be pretty cool, at least.
Yeah, I actually didn't even consider the portable fairy rings either, so even if they did put it in there, it'd still be useless.
But you would need invention to make that, so I guess it would be useful if you don't have invention, and that would be the way you would use the fairy rings, that is an easy access.
Yeah, that's true. I would imagine it'd have a pretty high construction level, but I guess the only other thing that would be really useful is having the aquarium in your house. But once again, that still doesn't give you a reason to go there unless you're collecting your daily clue scroll. Because I think you could do that. I don't know. I haven't done it myself, but...
Yeah, I've never used the aquarium. I have heard that it is pretty useful, but I can't really speak for experience with that, but...
But either way, it doesn't make you go to your house. And that's kind of what I want. I want a reason to go there other than just going there to admire my 30 pets that are wandering around.
Yeah, I really like the idea of having the pet habitat there, just seeing all the pets just spilling out all over the place. Because, I get to admire all the cool pets that I have, but I don't have a reason really to go to my house, so I can't really enjoy seeing my pets out like that.
True. And that kind of goes into, I guess, not making construction completely useless, but less useful than it could possibly be. Because right now I feel like construction is just to spend money. right?
Yeah.
Spend money to get the levels. I mean, the only other reason you would use construction other than just cosmetic house, I guess, would be player-owned farms, clue scrolls.
Yeah, like the hidey holes for that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it as far as I can remember.
Yeah, and those are like just one-time uses. Like you build the pen, you build the hidey hole, and then that's it. It's not like it's just a one-time thing. You're not going to continuously use it.
It'd be interesting to actually have like construction make consumables. Because right now we're just making furniture and then, like you said, the one-time things with the hidey holes. But if you can make like some sort of consumables, like, I don't know, a spring trap or something like that, you know, that you can use in combat. Because currently we have like the Dominion mines, right? But imagine instead of doing a Dominion tower, now you're creating these traps that you can place down in the middle of combat.
So make like some kind of combat-related use for construction, you're saying?
Yeah, whether it's combat or
like
it could
that.
be even creating mechanisms for skilling, right? Like in, I don't know, a woodcutter, like it spins around on a little pulley
yeah,
and
I can get around
starts
to that.
chopping a tree, doing a whirlwind attack, you know, spin to win type of stuff.
Yeah, it's just frustrating how it seems like a bulk of the construction skill is making furniture for your house. And like making the furniture, the only, like aside from, you know, cosmetic, like you were saying, the only reason you would do that is to get XP. But now you don't even need to make furniture for experience because you have the new construction contracts and there's even the portable workbench now. So you don't have to go to your house at all to train construction anymore.
Yeah, I like the construction contracts. I haven't tried it myself, but the idea of just not building something repeatedly and, you know, fixing up this the general store or whatever, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, because the house, your player-owned house used to be the spot where you would go to train construction pretty much. I guess that was, in a way, the main purpose of your house, I guess.
And
but
I know
now, no.
In old school, I'm literally going to my house every other, like, trip that I do. Like if I'm doing Slayer and I need to recharge my prayer, I'm gonna teleport to my house. I'll always have teleport tabs to my house on me. In fact, it's like the third item in my bank because I just go there so often, which is nice. You know, you get to go there, you get to see your stuff. If you have any, you know, boss pets or skilling pets that you have, you get to kind of look at them. And actually, as an Iron Man, you do get a little bit more use out of it because, as you know, for an Iron Man, your bank space is going to be very small, right? You're trying to keep everything that you get. And you get to store your stuff in your house so that way it's not taking up as much space, mainly like clue rewards, which is pretty nice, like use out of it, but it's really only useful for Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason why I go to my house lately would be, I guess, to use the Amulet of Glory for teleports whenever I'm using, when I'm doing clue scrolls. And true, it is more useful when you put it in the house because it doesn't use charges, but even that, it's not completely necessary. You know, you just get more amulets.
Also, you have unlimited teleports to Edril if you want with lodestones. So even just that way, you still don't need it. And if you want to make it even faster, you can now use Viswax to make it an instant teleport.
Yeah, it would just be nice having more of a reason to go to the house so I have motivation to make it look nice too. It's nice seeing how central and just important it seems to be in old school, just based on what I've seen you play it.
Yeah, and that's very true. It is very useful. Like I said, I go there multiple times in, you know, an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're missing any other big use out of player-owned houses or construction as well, but I mean, if you have any idea in mind that you think is really good with the houses and construction, please let us know, because I would like to know.
Honestly, I just want to see more use out of construction, right? You put like over 100 mil in that skill. I want to use it, right? I put a lot of money into that. And especially if you're going for 120, 200 mil, it'd be nice to kind of get use along the way instead of just making a mahogany wardrobe and then throw it on the floor like people tend to do, which is crazy. Come on, guys, disassemble your stuff. Put it in the auto disassembler. You'll get stuff out of it. What are you doing?
Yeah, and like we do have that other series where we're like, oh, what's good about this skill? And I'm starting to think when we eventually get to construction, what are we going to say about that skill? Like, what is good about construction exactly? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Aquariums. That's it. So basically, we just want to see more usefulness come out of player-owned houses. We do enjoy the houses in every game, and I want to be able to enjoy it in this game. As well as more uses for construction skill, like I was saying, maybe some consumables. That'd be pretty awesome. Make the skill a little bit more useful.
Yeah, because I know construction is usually one of those skills that people don't like to train, partly because it's expensive, so maybe giving it some more use would make it just give you more motivation to spend money to train it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at Herbalore. That shit's extremely expensive,
But extremely useful.
It's extremely useful. Exactly. So people have more incentive to train it. It's not going to be like, oh, I want my max cape, so I'm just going to do this now.
Yeah. So if you like the idea of this opinion series, please give the video a like and let us know what opinion you have on this topic in the comments.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear on maybe thoughts to make construction better or even player-owned houses better, because we want it.
Or, I don't know, maybe you think construction is just fine how it is. If you do think that, I'd be interested in hearing what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, same with player-owned houses. Maybe you think it's perfectly fine. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to go to your house. Maybe you don't want to have to maintain the upkeep of a house. You know, all the dusting and vacuuming. It's just so much work.
Maybe you just don't want the hassle of another place to teleport to.
You know what? Just destroy the house. You're fine.
Just get rid of them. We don't need them. So if there are any other topics you want to hear us discuss, let us know.
And that's all we got for you. Remember, leave a like if you enjoyed the concept, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to check us out on Twitch. Thank you to all of our Patreons, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.